I'm Shelby Finley.
I'm Brent McKelvin.
And I'm Joseph Smith.
And we're the tech team. Have you ever tried to assemble a desktop computer? I bet you're wondering about what piece of hardware does what and where it's located inside of the computer case. Well, our tutorial will show you the ins and outs of a computer, how it works, and how to assemble it yourself. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Now we'll be showing you how each different piece of hardware works inside of the computer. This is the power supply. It is responsible for supplying power throughout the entire computer. It works by converting alternating current into direct current, which is simply regulating the voltage so that there isn't too much electricity going into the computer at one time. It works with the Molex cables that works with the Molex connectors to connect to the different pieces of hardware throughout the computer to supply power throughout them. Most power supplies generally have a wattage of 250 watts.
This is the hard drive, and it is used for long-term memory storage. It is where the data of the computer is physically stored. It keeps computer files, computer applications, and operating systems. It can generally hold up to 320 gigabytes of data.
This is the optical drive. It is a device that allows you to display CDs or DVDs onto your monitor. It reads and writes data by using laser technology.
This is the RAM stick. RAM stands for Random Access Memory. It is a temporary memory, and it pulls data from the hard drive for the CPU to use.
This is a heatsink. The heatsink is a device that is placed on top of processors to absorb the heat that processors produce. There are two different types of heatsinks, active and passive. The active heatsink works with the cooling fan, and the cooling fan defers the heat that the active heatsink absorbs.
The CPU is the brain of the computer. It performs the basic input and output operations. It processes the programs and uses RAM to do so.
This is a motherboard. The motherboard is a circuit board that contains essential components of the computer. It contains built-in parts such as the CPU, computer processing unit, GPU, the graphics processing unit, as well as attachment slots for RAM, the accelerated graphics port, AGP, as well as PCI slots, which stands for Peripheral Component Interconnect. There are different types of motherboard form factors, which refers to the motherboard's dimensions as well as its design. There are form factors such as standard ATX, micro ATX, mini ITX, and ATX extended. The most common form factor is the standard ATX, which stands for Advanced Technology Extended. The motherboard is sectioned off by two sections, the north side of the board and the south side of the board. The north side of the board is where the computer's fastest components are located, while the south side of the board are where the computer's slowest components are located. This is the CMOS chip. This is a computer chip that is built into the motherboard. The CMOS chip's job is to store computer information that ranges from the system's date and time, as well as the system's hardware settings. This piece of hardware works even after the computer is turned off. This ensures that the system's time, date, and settings stay up to date. Like RAM, the type of memory that the CMOS chip possesses is volatile. This means the information on the chip is only stored there temporarily when the chip is on and working. This is the CMOS battery. The acronym CMOS stands for Complementary Metal Oxide Semiconductor. The CMOS battery powers the CMOS chip when the computer is turned off. The CMOS battery usually produces 3 volts of electricity. It can last up to 10 years. This is your BIOS chip. The acronym BIOS stands for Basic Input-Output System. The BIOS chip is a pre-installed operating system that allows you to access and set up your computer system's basic settings such as the standard CMOS features, BIOS features, chipset features, integrated peripherals, and power management setup. You can even change the boot up order of your computer's hardware. For example, You can choose to first boot up a secondary internal hard drive as well as any external devices such as USB or a solid-state drive. Unlike RAM and the CMOS chip, the BIOS is non-volatile memory which maintains information stored on it even when the computer is turned off. To access the BIOS menu, press the buttons F1, F2, F10, or F12 during the system boot up. These are the most common function keys used to enter the BIOS menu. However, these keys may vary depending on your specific computer brand. Your BIOS chip also performs POST, which stands for Power On Self-Test. The chip runs a diagnostic of your computer's hardware during its startup. If there is a problem with your hardware, there will be an error message displayed on the screen. You will not be able to boot up into your operating system's graphical interface until the problem is fixed.